Alright everybody, welcome back. Today I got the parts back for Glenn here. I'll be getting its clutch shaft replaced. I got all new bearings, everything. I got this spacer was wore out, and then there's a spacer on the other side that was wore out. This one here I see that I didn't really need, so I'm going to return it because it's, as you can see, it's not. That one's fine. So, bearing holder, bearings. Because that one I took off pretty rusty and I bent it to hell. It was only a few dollars, so I got that too. This is the remanufactured clutch shaft. This right here was half of the old one that was wore out on this side, the variable speed here, you can see. Which they said they'd have about 10 hours into fixing that, and it wouldn't be perfect. So then that is the other half of the one that I got from a junkyard that was a model year newer or two, but the outside, this side with the variable speed, was the same. Look at this, little shiny right there as far as wear, but that's it. But then the opposite end was different. It had different stuff, and it just wasn't going to work out easily. So basically they cut them in half, piece of mechanical tubing there, welded them together, then them are offset, if you see, one here, so that way you didn't mess up your existing tube, your existing steel here. Probably wouldn't make much of a difference, but that's just one of them professional things that some people don't think about, and stuff I pay attention to when I get stuff back from this guy. To always learning, I guess. What else? So I guess there isn't much else to talk about. Old bearings and stuff here, old bushings. I'm gonna get the GoPro and we're gonna get to installing a few things here. Stick around. Thanks for watching. If you like this episode, give me a thumbs up, please. Really helps to get the videos out there. Step one done. That's out. New bearing in. That's the used one that I got at the junkyard, so I get to return some parts. I'm also using the bushings and stuff that I got at the junkyard because they were like new as well. So get to return a couple $100 worth of stuff. Next step is we're going to put this on to the shaft here and push the shaft in from the other side. Alright. I gotta time it right, just right with them, otherwise it doesn't go on. He's on the other side pounding. We've made it. Not that far. You can see the line. Alright, it is the next day. We got everything put together. Sorry guys, I've been Bob and I both have had just these terrible freaking head colds, and we're kind of lucky to be out here getting stuff done. Very slow process yesterday, but we got it all put back together. Should tell you how crappy I'm feeling. I'm not one to leave tools sitting out by any means. So anyway, everything's back together on that. Over here, these are all spare parts that I got off of that other combine. This is for like a 78 or 79 model. Things are a little bit different right here on this other side of the shaft. They're the same but different. Just more of a hassle trying to change everything, get everything, and anyway, we just used the old stuff. Got it all back together. That's all back together. Everything is the way it should be. When we started, new bearings and all of it. That thing turns so nice now. Yep, on top of that shaft being bad, the bearings were, they needed to be replaced too. So I'm happy that I got it done, and I'm excited to go drive it. And before, you could feel that shake on this over here, right here inside of these bushings, right here. You could just feel this whole shiv. And then about halfway in, which is like the right speed for picking, that's where it would be the worst. That's where it was worn out the worst. So you're going through the field and just stuff shaking. And, I hope that a lot of that is eliminated. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna get this thing fired up. I hope, my plan for today is to get tools picked up, obviously. I'm gonna get this header off and go get my grain table on it. And then there's a couple of things that need to be changed over here so that I can run the correct RPM for the beans. This pulley right here needs to get switched with the smaller pulley that I have. And then there's a shorter belt that goes on it. And then if you guys remember this, I was saying I welded it. Well, I have a little extension piece that bolts on right there, gets double nutted, and then that extends it so that then I can tighten the shorter belt then. In order to do that, gotta take that off, and there's a chain that runs to the sprocket. That's the variable speed for the cylinder. Just hand crank up there. That comes off, the chain comes off, this belt comes off, and then I can take this belt off and then just replace it. It's pretty simple. There's harder jobs to do, so I believe that's my goal for today. I'm gonna turn you right around here, talking about my nephew working on this thing. So I specifically told him, I said, when you change these, we haven't got the new wires on. The wire kit that I bought didn't fit it. So I just went and I ordered bulk wire. I got 100 foot of solid copper core wire and a couple of connectors. My brother has a whole plethora of different connectors for it. He just didn't have the wire he picked up at an auction. So anyway, it doesn't have new wires on it yet. But when he was doing this, I told him, make sure you do the wires one at a time. And I don't know what exactly happened. He's 14. So anyway, he ended up with number 2 and number 3 plug wires crossed on the distributor somehow. And I came out here and I was standing right here. Look at that muffler. You guys can see where I'm getting at. I was standing right here working the starter, and I was leaned up and I was working the choke by hand, because the choke doesn't, this is off of a C, Alice Chalmers C. The choke is different, and the choke on the carb that I took off of here, the carb I took off was junk, and the choke on it was like soldered in. It didn't work, and I just put this on here. Said screw it, needless to say. So anyway, I'm turning it over, and that son of a buck backfired, and it was like a grenade going off. It is all I could compare it to. Now obviously I've never been in a war zone or seen a grenade going off, so I don't know. But what I can tell you is when that happened, it took about 15 to 20 seconds until I could hear anything again. It concussed me, like blew me back. I felt it inside of my chest, and all I could hear was ringing. And I look up and I see my brother's here, and his mouth is moving, but I couldn't hear anything he's saying, probably like 15-20 seconds afterwards. And after it blew up, you know, I'm still hearing the ring, and I'm going, oh, what the hell just happened? You know, and I realized the muffler blew up. And about that time, I'm thinking, where's the baffle? And I look up, and that thing, I promise you, it was 50 feet in the air, 40 feet in the air, and it was still going up. And it came down. There's where they landed. It was interesting. I've never seen anything backfire like that. It was amazing. It's not like this muffler was really rotted out. It just blew up. So I thought you guys might get a kick out of that. Luckily nobody got hurt. I think my nephew learned a little bit of a lesson when it comes to how important it is to get your damn spark plug wires on there the right way. So anyway, a couple of things that I had problems figuring out. Main one, the rotor on this engine spins opposite of what I'm used to. Any engine I've worked on, they spin, you know, well, this one spins this way. So then I was trying to figure it out. I'm like, well, he's got it right, but he didn't. Supposed to be 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 4, 2. Instead, it was firing 1, 2, 4, 3. You know, so I just had to switch the 2. So anyway, once I figured that out, we had turned it over enough that this little battery had died. So we put it on the charger, and nephew put it back in the tractor yesterday while we were working on the combine, and I didn't get a chance to come over here and start it with him. But I noticed this morning that the kill switch was on and the battery is bone dead again. So I still don't know if the damn thing starts. I seen it run before I bought it, so I know it runs. It's just a matter of if we got it right is all. Alright, so in here, remember I said that I had a heater core leak? It was actually this top hose up here broke off up in there, and they just had straight hoses that were kinked into it. I went and got 2 that had 90s and actually run them in, so better than it was. This has been making noise since I had it. Look at that little stupid guard. Get that out of there, it won't make noise anymore. But this is inside Glen. It is nothing fancy in here. 1977 or 1970s farming in its best. Folds up and down. Pretty interesting, I guess, huh? And there he goes. Actually runs pretty good. We gotta get wires on it yet. Little bit of a miss. I've just got one question about this thing though. What in the world does it go so fast for? Like he's scared to even let the clutch out after seeing me drive it in the hikes. Look at that. What's the matter? I mean, he has got to be cooking 22 mile an hour, 20. Oh boy. Good for him. Alright, I'm going to fire this thing up and see if we got it. Sure feels nice. I can already tell it's not shaking. So variable speed here. Oh wow. Oh, that's nice. That is nice. Wow. Clutches. And they both turn on and off as well. Alright, we did it. Time to go switch this head over. My little trick for getting these little stoppers under here to hold them in. Things never seem to be quite right. And then when you push the other one in, see how it just popped out? Just a bolt. Hold that in there while I change heads, and then I pop it out. Off we go. Stupid thing, I need to find a new one. Oh, I see something isn't working right. I gotta put the camera down. Bending. Safety first. And boom. It's working, guys. Look at what's following me. I got a little WD and a Massey. Oh boy. Old school farming here. I don't know why my phone won't focus, but this is where we're going to end this one, everybody. Just got enough picked for a sample. Gonna take it into town. We're gonna see what our moisture is. So very soon we'll be out in the fields and we'll be getting after it. So I gave you a little bit of a teaser of Glenn sitting in the field. I'm just gonna unload this little jag and call it a night. But again, I'd like to thank everybody for watching, and I hope to catch you on the next one. All right, guys, I lied. It's not quite over. I said that I was going to go to town and get stuff tested. It's because I couldn't find this. And I found it. It was safe and sound in a cupboard, you know, like responsibly put somewhere so that it didn't get messed up. And I'm glad that I found it too, because these are almost $400 and this isn't even an expensive tester. So I'm going to test this. We're going to see where I'm at. You guys are going to find out the same as me. Alright, I'm inside my little wagon. This is all I picked. As you can see, I didn't set the combine or anything, so it's pretty dirty. I just kind of set a rough guesstimate, and then I didn't have the air turned up like I should for beans either, so it's a little dirty. But just for my purposes, it's just fine. Combine worked, and now I get to see where my moisture is, so bring you right back. What? Whoa. Alright, that can't be right. Huh. I mean, if it's 8.3 and my combine is picking them like that and not cracking them, all I got to say is go Glenn go. But that can't be right. I'm gonna have to do another test on that. Huh. This tester was just pretty much spot on last year too, so that's interesting. Well, alright then. 8%, huh? I have a hard time believing that. I still might have to take this into town. I really have a hard time believing that this is 8%. I guess what I'll end up doing is taking some of these and then taking this, and I'll get it calibrated to the one in town there. Which is nice about this one is you can calibrate it to match. So yeah, evidently I have 8% moisture soybeans. September 22nd? 20th? No, it's the 20th today. All right, well, I don't know, I'm going to do one more test. It's going to keep telling me 8% though, isn't it? Number 5 is soybeans, so yeah, number 5. Okay, well, yeah, all right. More confused than I was when I started. All right, so this is the end of this one for sure. Thank you for watching again. Next episode, we'll figure out what I'm doing. Sounds like I'm going to be picking beans.